Okay, so now we'll move on to the WOM 4. We'll look at how to obtain the optimal bike setup to suit your child. It's about adjusting the saddle position, the bars, the brake levers, and also how we can adjust the reach of the levers for the child's hand. There are two potential saddle positions for the WOM 4, one for beginners and one that's more advanced. What's different about the WOM 4 is that having their toes on the ground is sufficient for the beginner's position to give them a firm footing when they want to take a break. But as they get more confident and gain experience, you can raise the saddle so that their leg is more or less straight when their lower heel is on the pedal at 6 o'clock. Okay, have a go. When we look at his leg now, you can see it's slightly bent and not totally straight. In this position, you can put more power into the pedals. It's a more efficient and comfy way to ride. After setting up the right saddle height, let's move on to the bars. So just like on the WOM 3, it's important to avoid locking the arms out in straight lines as he's doing now, but to also maintain a slight bend. How do we adjust the bars on the WOM 4? We need a 5mm hex wrench again. This bike has a Vario stem. The advantage of this is that the bike can essentially grow up alongside your child. To do this, we loosen the screw on each of the black clamps. Don't go as far as to take the screws out. Now we can adjust the whole position of the bars. So let's push it downwards a bit. Don't forget that once you have undone the clamps to adjust the bars, you need to make sure that the bars are then fixed at a decent angle. The bars need to be horizontal to the ground. There's a marking on the front of the bars that helps you to align them. We'll now line the bars horizontally and retighten both the screws with the 5mm hex wrench. So make sure that they are sufficiently tight, otherwise the bars could move and might cause a crash. Nice and tight at all times. Now that's sorted and the bars are in position, we can see there's a nice little bend at the elbow, which will help the rider to steer confidently. Now let's move on to the brake levers, and it's the same story as the WOM 3. So let's have a go. Put your hands on the brakes, please. We're looking for a straight line here. It's not too bad at the moment. What we could do is raise the lever a little bit to create an even better position. So how do we do that? Well, this bike has a grip shifter, so it's a bit different this time. We need to loosen this before we can adjust the levers. We need a 3mm hex wrench to do this. The screws that need to be loosened are underneath the shifter. Once they're loosened a touch, you will be able to adjust the lever. Let's try this position. You need to bear in mind that the dial for the gears has to be clearly visible while riding and shifting. Once that's done, let's use the 5mm hex wrench again and loosen the screw on the brake levers to angle them up. We also need to adjust the front brake so that both brakes are positioned at the same angle. Brilliant! And now we've got a really straight line, which is what we're aiming for. Last but not least, there's one more potential adjustment. We can adjust the reach of the brakes, which is the gap between the brake lever and the handlebar grips. Do they need to be closer or further away? What's the best for the rider's hand? And how do we adjust this on the WOM 4? Instead of having one of these little knobs, this bike has a crosshead screw in the same place. To adjust this, we'll need a crosshead screwdriver. If we tighten it, the brake lever moves closer to the grip, loosen the screw, and the reach gets bigger. Once that's all done, it's time to go riding.